Previously on the Seegers Family Edifice Venture.
The boys just got little helper kits, which include hard hat, suspenders, tool belts with tools, and pencils. So we should never lose pencils again because that's their job to give me pencils. Here, hold that.
We finally get a grip on the layout of the kitchen.
All right, this is what our kitchen is going to look like.
With plans in hand, we started working.
We're running all the electric cables through the wall. We have to leave about a foot hanging out of the box with the end stripped back so when they do the inspection they can see the wiring unconnected. That's called the rough out.
It took several weeks to complete the wiring in the kitchen, but the day it was complete brought a sense of accomplishment.
This is the first time the lights will go on officially, and we're going to let Coy and Zane have the honors of flipping the switch. In 3, 2, 1, flip them! Yay, we have lights!
Being the winter months, the snow piled up on the outside and inside of the building.
As you can see, that's not dust coming through that. That's actually snow. It looks like a snow machine.
We also started getting ready for cabinets by putting backer boards up and drywall. Penny met with Ivy Tech interior design instructor Rhonda Michelin and worked out the details to have a few students design the look of the kitchen and greenhouse. 3 volunteered to take the challenge because
I thought it would really be interesting. Good experience.
And I thought it would be a fun and interesting challenge to take on.
I'm an HGTV addict. I love watching renovations and that sort of thing.
The overall project of this whole building, it looks like a lot of work.
If you like our video series, you'll love our website. Check it out at www.edificeventure.com. See pictures, read blogs, find cool links, plus information and tips to help you get started on your own green, sustainable home improvement projects.
Well, we got 4 kids, a cat, and a dog, and we're looking for an open space where we can stretch our legs and start a new life and build us a greener place. Our structure stood with no inner walls and a big hole in the roof. Now it's hard to build the American dream, and brother, this is living proof. A giant labor of love is falling down on County Road 1. But with TLC and nature's harmony, we can keep it from coming undone. Seegers Family Edifice Venture, a practical way to go green. Seegers Family Edifice Venture, show you something that you've never seen.
The Seegers Family Edifice Venture is sponsored in part by Habitat for Humanity of Elkhart County, building decent, affordable housing with people in need. WVPE 88.1, a NPR station. Inform, entertain, inspire. Anco Products Incorporated, our energy saves you energy. And Heritage Antique Lumber, crafting fine furniture, custom cabinetry, and trim using lumber from historic barns.
Since the early 1960s, texture-fine insulation has been an environmentally friendly product. Our unique process diverts millions of pounds of fiberglass scrap from landfills each year. Today, high-quality standards have made Anco Products a world-class industry leader in high-tensile strength, resilient insulation products.
Anco products include laminated metal building insulation,
insulated flexible duct system,
and indoor air quality, Green Guard certified texture-fine insulation.
Green isn't a new initiative. We started in the 60s.
Anco Products, our energy saves you energy. 2009 started off as a very productive year. The kitchen looked like, well, a kitchen. Without appliances, furniture, and cabinets, of course, but soon the kitchen would not be empty from Penny's research.
I started looking for kitchen cabinets almost immediately at the beginning of the project. I knew that was going to be one of the more expensive items, and I was really just impatient because I wanted to get it done. I looked on the internet, I looked at different cabinet shops, shopped around, and eventually there was a cabinet company out of Middleville, Michigan that really caught my eye.
We're Heritage Antique Lumber. My name's Tim.
I'm Dan.
We like to keep heritage alive. We take down old barns and take the lumber and clean it up. Instead of just selling as raw lumber, we turn it into projects. You know, over the years we've got a lot of experience building cabinets, you know, framing
furniture,
houses, making furniture. Woodworking's in our blood.
I was very impressed with the guys from Heritage Antique Lumber. First of all, they came out to our building to measure, which was really important because none of the walls in our building are square.
Let's get a total measurement here in a minute, so we got some dimensions to start.
So this one's interior, so that'll be 1/2 inch, that'll be 5/8.
Right.
Take note of that too.
They were very attentive at listening to the ideas and the different things that we wanted to incorporate in the kitchen, and also throw in their own ideas.
We have to transition the top of this, you know, I was talking about doing a bread box or something between the uppers and lowers. We have to transition it somehow so, you know, we can put a smaller top on, you know, pretend you're at countertop level. Have a small top coming back to a bread cabinet that feeds right straight into the uppers.
Okay.
Is that something you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to see the design that they come up with and having some unique cabinets to our kitchen.
April 29th, 2009.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big building.
That's pretty much the response we get from everyone that comes to the building. It was another productive day. First, the phone line was installed. With the line connected, we now had 2 utilities with service. City Water was the next utility on our list, but would have to wait a little longer. Later that day, Jacqueline Rucker, Mindy Meehan, and Pam Young, the 3 Ivy Tech students that took on the challenge of designing the kitchen and greenhouse, made their presentation to Penny.
What we observed was, like with the kitchen area, that you wanted to make sure you had plenty of seating for at least 7 people, and that you wanted to make sure there was lots of storage as well. At least that's the part that I focused on. And so my recommendation was that you do a banquette, and I originally thought about over here, but I think this side would work out better. You can build a banquette several ways. So I've got three ways you can do it.
Okay.
First way is to get a set of cabinets. IKEA is like the cheapest way to get cabinets, but get some cabinets from IKEA.
Now this will work anywhere though, so if we still decide we want it over there, I mean it's still going to be the same no matter which corner you put it in.
Right.
Okay.
The second option was if you did the cabinets with refurbished cabinets, which you could get from Habitat, or you could use the company that's going to do your kitchen cabinets, and you'd have reclaimed wood on the front.
Right.
The third one is because this used to be a church camp, that what if you used a church-pew? And you can do 2 of them. There's one I found on eBay. It's in Carbondale, Illinois. If you pick it up, it's no charge.
Yes, that would fit right in.
You could do just 1 pew, and you could either sit here, or if you decide to do it over here, just sit it and put chairs around 3 sides. Or you can put 2 together if you know somebody that works with wood, and you can miter the corners.
This is a floor plan of this area here. This is a double ovens. This is a storage for your brooms. Then your cabinetry, countertop, your fridge, more countertop. The sink was in this area above the window, and your range is in this area.
Okay, now this was the floor plan over here of the banquette, and then this is a bar.
Okay.
That would fit here.
Right here to this wall. Could give the kids could be doing the homework, you could be cooking, they could be right there and give you extra seating. So, and this was my idea. This was using your shutters for the base down here.
Okay.
For like the wainscoting. This is like a refurbished knoll post cut in half.
Okay, like a porch post.
Okay. Right. And then this was your tile. And if you had some left over, or if you had the big ones left over, you could do a mosaic, break it up.
We have tons of tile downstairs.
Anyway, you can make, so that would be like your backsplash up here. So you could use the tile to cover up that top part there. And then for the table itself, the bar itself, I went from the website where they made the tabletops,
wood.
so they use the same wood that matched your cabinets, and they can make the tabletop to match.
This is your balcony. The balcony part. What I did here is you come in the door, then that's the steps, and that's all what Mindy had to drive out the bread. Then I incorporated a window seat
Okay.
Up on these windows here. Yeah. And these are your sliding glass doors, and then ceiling fan, and then a table. This is the table set that I chose. These are like knobs for your cabinetry. This is made of cork. Yeah, this is bent iron. Your husband mentioned he had some iron that he could build up over your balcony because your kids are small and it was 4 inches too low.
I like the window seat thing. I never even thought about that because then there's extra storage there.
Yeah, storage here.
Or like little blankets if you want to set up.
This is just a picture of the way it was built, and here was another example of the way, it's set around the window.
My thought was to have a small pond and a dry creek bed. Down the steps and down the floor.
Okay.
This is kind of a sketch of what it would look like from the, if you were looking at it from, I went to I thought more landscaping outdoor, even though it's an indoor space, but I thought more outdoor landscaping type. The wall is reclaimed barn siding.
Just the barn siding, okay.
And I used the brick here to build the wall for this, the same brick that you had before.
Okay, so
I said you had a lot of it, so I thought, well, we might as well use that up and use that without any cost. And then right here would be where you use a whiskey barrel and you have a small pond.
We were very happy with the design the Ivy Tech students came up with. Now we would have to gather the materials to put it all together. Stay tuned to the Seegers Family Edifice Venture. Progress on the kitchen continues, and a family member gives us advice we need to add a 3rd floor.
Habitat for Humanity of Elkhart County does more than build houses for those in need. They provide education on personal finance, homeownership, parenting, and other life skills to help those moving into these houses turn them into homes. Habitat for Humanity of Elkhart County, working with people from all walks of life to build simple, decent, affordable homes. For more information on how you can help, visit www.habitatec.com.
Progress on the kitchen was moving along at a good pace. Our motivation to work on the building increased significantly during the month of May 2009, partly because it was the start of the summer months and warmer weather was here to stay. The proof was the wild strawberry plants growing around the building. While we waited for Dan and Tim Soswerda of Heritage Antique Lumber to draw up the plans for our cabinets, we continued to work on the drywall in the kitchen. We wanted to make sure the kitchen was ready for the cabinets to be installed. After the 3 Ivy Tech design students made their presentation, we started looking for church pews. We found 3 for sale at a church in Mishawaka, Indiana, and at a great price. We purchased 3 pews for $60. 2 of the pews would be mitered at a 45-degree angle and connected together to make a bench for a kitchen banquette.
Thank goodness we made extra wide halls.
The 3rd pew would be placed near the front door so people would have somewhere to sit while taking off or putting on boots and shoes.
Pew, this stinks, but it is comfortable.
One of the things we wanted to do in the summer of 2009 was start the 3rd floor. Our problem was figuring out how to support it. In our minds, we thought the trusses were the key to support the 3rd floor. My uncle Arnold Seegers, who is an engineer, came to the building to take a look and told us something different.
Look at all the trusses almost independently and draw them up to scale and see what they're doing. The thing that you've got going too is you got sort of 2 forces. You got this other header that's going across here, which changes those loads. And you can see where they splice. So again, it's probably a combination of the length of members they could get, which it looks like that's a splice point. You can see them overlapping. So that's probably the length they could go. So they had to design it to work that way. And then it's the same as the trusses here. You can see they're I don't know, they're maybe about 12 feet apart or so. That's the length of the member they could get, so that's how they had to splice the truss together. Right now it's designed only to carry the roof, and to carry a floor load, it wasn't designed for that. Right. So somehow that has to be picked up again. And if you're transferring it down into these other partitions, that's fine. You just make sure it goes down into the floor. It's like anything else. It's always simple. You just got to break it down enough to bring it back.
And it was simple once the support puzzle was explained to me. Let's look at the current support system. The basement floor was poured thick enough to withstand the weight of the entire building. Large posts extend from the basement floor to support the two large beams that connect to the second floor joists. Another set of posts are directly above the posts in the basement. To put a third floor in, we would have to add 2x10 laminate beams between the second floor posts. Joists would be connected to the beams, allowing for the third floor. So the loads of the second and third floor would be transferred down the posts to the basement cement floor. Stay tuned to the Seegers Family Edifice Venture. When we come back, we put Uncle Arnold's advice into motion and start putting up the third floor.
Heritage Antique Lumber is a small, family-run business.
We reclaim lumber and we turn it into something you can be proud of and you will be happy with.
The uniqueness of our cabinetry is one of a kind.
Heritage Antique Lumber makes furniture, crafts, mirrors, frames, and more using reclaimed barnwood.
We at Heritage Antique Lumber consider ourselves more than just craftsmen. We are also artists.
Visit our website and see our quality, heritageantiquelumber.com.
Well, my Uncle Arnold came down, would be last Saturday, May 23rd, and he's an engineer, architect, and he came in to look at the building to tell me that I was doing everything all right. Well, at least that's what I wanted him to tell me, but that's not what he told me. He convinced me that I should stay with the current support of the building. That advice included putting back all the support posts we had taken out. And par for the course, a problem revealed itself. Although I seen a shortcoming of whoever built the building originally, the posts that the trusses sit on that transfer that weight all the way down to the floor actually aren't sitting on a support completely 100%. So what I'm going to do is cut some 2x10 and add to the joists that are down there that actually give me a straight solid fitting between the posts up in the second floor here and the beams downstairs. I think this would be a great time to break out the graph paper. Let's start from the bottom up. First, the cement slab in the basement supported the lower post. On top of the lower post was the beam supporting the joist of the second floor. On top of the joist was the subfloor. On top of the subfloor was the upper post supporting the third floor. Here was the problem. For the posts to be in line, some of the upper posts were only sitting on subfloor without a joist in between. The subfloor would not be able to support the load of the third floor. So I added additional 2x10 pieces to fill in the gap to properly transfer the load. The first step to constructing a third floor was to build the beams. We made the beams out of 3 2x10 screwed and glued together. Without trying to sound cheap, I don't throw anything away, including old half-dried glue. We bought this glue, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, when we were doing the floor.
And it's all, I don't know, it looks like cheese. And kind of like, when you pick it out, it's kind of like cheese, but it spreads like butter and it sticks like glue, so we're going to call it glue spread. A few of the 2x10s were slightly warped, and it was important to get them all aligned. One 2x10 setting higher than the rest would cause problems later when installing the subfloor. Our C-clamp and block method of twisting boards back together all equal didn't work with these 2x10s because the C-clamp wasn't big enough. So I kind of cheated by putting this block on this side of the 2x10 and then putting my block across and cranking it up, and all the boards are coming in line with each other so we can make our laminate beam. It wasn't long before the beams were in place. Step 2 would be hanging the joist.
It's May 31st, 2009, and it's what, about 11 o'clock? It's about 11 o'clock at night, and I would consider this, what, the first day that we're really out here for the summer break. School ended
on Friday.
And today is Sunday, so we're considering this the first day of the week, right?
Right. Well, plus we kind of took a day off yesterday for our anniversary, our 17th year anniversary, and we went out to dinner and a movie and took a little break, measured, and did some cost estimates so we could do the flooring up here, and we're ready to really get started.
Yes, we've been married 17 years and one day.
And I guarantee we will have many more. We hung wallpaper together once, and only once, and we're still together. So it was now time to hang the joists. We would start with the center section first. Before attempting to hang the joist, we measured and cut the 2x10s down to length.
You know, this is going to go a lot quicker after we get all these screwed in because the others will be on hangers and we'll just use the air hammer and nail them in.
We would hang joists for the rest of May 2009. Stay tuned to the Seegers Family Edifice Venture. Coming up next, a sneak peek at our next episode.
88.1 WVPE Public Radio is a vital communication resource that strives to inform, entertain, and inspire. National Public Radio is an internationally acclaimed producer and distributor of non-commercial news, talk, and entertainment programming. WVPE serves local listeners with a distinctive blend of national and local programming and annual events. In 2008, WVPE launched a sustainability initiative which includes green events and programs. Learn more at WVPE.org.
The Seegers Family Edifice Venture is sponsored in part by Habitat for Humanity of Elkhart County, building decent, affordable housing with people in need. WVPE 88.1, a NPR station. Inform, entertain, inspire. Anco Products Incorporated, our energy saves you energy. And Heritage Antique Lumber, crafting fine furniture, custom cabinetry, and trim using lumber from historic barns.
If you like our video series, you'll love our website. Check it out at www.edificeventure.com. See pictures, read blogs, find cool links, plus information and tips to help you get started on your own green, sustainable home improvement projects. Next time on the Seegers Family Edifice Venture, Penny drives to Michigan to see the progress of our kitchen cabinets.